A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal. They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. That's to the pylon and incomplete. So it's been a long drive. They've held the ball for quite a while. Now what do you do here?
Well, to me, at this stage after this drive, this close to the goal line, 3 points would be a letdown. I'm going for it here.
No movement from the field goal unit. They've got 4 full yards to go here on 4th and goal to hit pay dirt, but they're going to go for it. Now they bring a receiver in motion right. And he's not even going to get past the line of scrimmage. Brought down right at the 4. He tried to keep it himself, but can't stretch his way in. And Washington is able to come up with a goal line stand. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. They are currently mired in a losing streak. Now they get the short week for the Thursday night game. Do you see that as a potential positive, or is this just more of what has been really a string of bad luck for them?
Well, to me, it comes down to leadership, and leadership's got to spin it into a positive and make it an advantage for them. Yes, we're in a losing streak. Yes, no one thinks we can win, but we have the resources we need right here in this room. Let's go ahead and play better. Let's hang together and shock the world a little bit. Put it all together, they've got a chance of coming out with the W.
The throw over the middle taken in. Big yardage that time for Washington. 47 yards.
It's not often that you'll find offensive and defensive guys that'll agree on much, but one place they find common ground, you've got to protect or attack the middle of the field. And no one was there. What a big play, moving it downfield.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Robinson. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. Davion Taylor there to bring him down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Here's 2nd and 10. They go play action with Brissett. Slings this deep from McLaurin. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And the Bears will take over here at their own 14-yard line. So this defense coming up with a takeaway, and maybe that's something that can bring a little life to that sideline.
Well, I don't want to say that they've been sleepwalking through this first half because that's simply not true, but you're right. We haven't seen a lot of fire from these guys, really, on either side of the ball. So maybe that's the catalyst that they needed to get them back into this game.
He'll fire deep, looking for more. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Well, they had that one snipped out defensively. That's a tough one to connect on when you got multiple defenders in the area, and it winds up incomplete.
Don't jump, ready?
2nd and 10. One play action. Fields. That is caught. It's the tight end, Tunyon. And he gets this one just shy of the 35 to the 34. That one a gain of 20 and a 1st down.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because He really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days. But you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense.
He was looking to get that one to DJ Moore, and that'll bring up second down.
Here we go, son.
Here's Fields. A quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
Had an open man that time. We end up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. The offense on third down tonight, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. To the air again, Fields. Oh, the ball comes out on the hip, but they'll say it's incomplete.
It's going to be another frustrating end to a drive here. This offense, they've not been able to get anything going in this first half. And now it's going to be time to gather on the sidelines and try to figure out what's going wrong. Who has an idea? Who has a plan? Time to implement it.
That'll be a 44-yard boot, just a yard on the return as he's covered up quickly. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Not an ideal way to end their previous drive. They threw the interception, Charles, after they had built up some momentum. They were moving the football, but something to at least build on for this offense as they run back out here.
Yeah, you're right about that. Up until that last play, everything was working pretty well for this offense, gaining chunks of yardage, getting first downs, really making a push for the end zone, and looked like they had a nice rhythm going. Now you got to have a short memory here. Don't focus on the interception. Focus on what came before it and get back to it.
So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Back to Robinson now on 1st down. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. This game not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two.
I'm not sure how much more evidence they need, partner, than to understand that if they don't start to slow him down, it's going to be a long afternoon here at the stadium because he is just shredding them at this point. And let's face it, coming into the game, they knew he would be the focal point of their attack. This is going to take an 11-man unit on the defensive side to start making plays.
He may go. Jahan Dotson. And he will score. Touchdown, Washington. Jahan Dotson, 37 yards. And the Commanders go up by 2 touchdowns.
I know these wide receivers are about flash and dash and high-flying plays, but a good number of them played running back at some point in their career, and that's how they finish off a lot of their big plays, run after the catch.
And this time he finishes off the big play in the end zone. The extra point by Sly is up and good, and that'll make the score 14-0. Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. Here's Jones to bring it out of the end zone. And he will make it back to the 15, and that's it. Good coverage there by the kick team. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And they are losers of 2 straight coming into this Thursday night game. Is it more difficult, CD, when you take a losing streak into a quick turnaround game like this?
It certainly is, because you don't get time to work on the issues that you've had throughout the season that have caused you to have the record that you're having. You can't really get those set. So now you're trying to minimize those and maximize what you've been doing well. And I remember a game recently where one of the assistant coaches said to the head coach, forget our running back rotation. This guy has a hot hand, and they rode him to a victory. Those are things you have to look out for in games like this.
And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. A 5-yard pass on the heels of a 5-yard run. Good enough for the first.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. A play fake, now Fields to throw. To the sideline and incomplete.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now for getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Here's Fields. Completion here to Claypool. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
Well, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran it a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
They'll need to get this to the 38. That's where the 1st down marker is here on 3rd. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. So a couple of 1st downs on this drive, but it's looking like another empty possession.
And those empty possessions are certainly starting to pile up. So the adjustments that teams talk about all the time have to be taking place. They've got to analyze what's breaking down and figure a way to fix it.
First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And not an abundance of time remains on the clock, Charles, but you would think more than enough to try to extend this lead before intermission.
And when you're talking about extending the lead, I think you're talking about aiming for the end zone because there is plenty of time for that. The fallback is to get 3. But in your mind, you put 6 on the board right before the half. That's a heck of a dagger and great momentum to carry into the locker room.
On play action, Brissett. He'll get that one to Carter complete. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
Now that's often a surprise for the defensive guys when they see the big fella slide out of the backfield and catch the ball. Not something they usually go over in practice very often.
Now a 2nd and 6. To throw is Brissett. This is caught by his tight end, Logan Thomas. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. A 2-touchdown game, 14-0 the score as we get rolling again here in this 2nd half. And no run back here as the 3rd quarter will commence with a touchback. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. second half begins with a run by Robinson. And a short pickup to about the 27. It'll be second down.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
And he powers his way up past the 30.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Third and 4. Here's Brissett. And looking for McLaurin, but this is intercepted. Picked up by Jaquan Brisker. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Give to Davis Price up the middle here. Down at the 35. It'll be second down.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
2nd and 6. In motion right, that's Claypool. Second down, and again it's Davis Price. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line.
Back-to-back 4-yard runs. Now look, if they just do that all the way downfield, ball ends up in the end zone, but that's a little difficult to do.
Yeah, I think now 3rd and 2, that defense ready to stiffen up and stop that run. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Davis Price will try to pick it up. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. And I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this 3rd quarter as he'll go for it on 4th down. They snap it to Fields. Oh, the turnover fest continues. Here's another interception. Well, the Commanders are going to get the ball back on the turnover as they hold on 4th down. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead. Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Second down and a run by Robinson. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
They'll come up facing 3rd and 5. Brissett. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line. And a defensive-minded coach loves to turn up the heat, turns it up there, it pays off.
And back in the good old days, those defensive-minded coaches just talked about intimidating teams, using force, right, beating them to the punch. In this case, they're talking about creating turnovers. That's all they preach, all game long, all practice long, every meeting. Get the football. That's what they want.
Mooney, the motion man right. Following the fumble recovery, Fields. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
On second down, here's Fields. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already. It's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
That's complete to Mooney. And they'll get to him short of the first down at about the 16. Still just the third quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on fourth. To throw is Fields. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Emmanuel Forbes. And the Commanders are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. Well, field goals probably aren't going to cut it at this point. This was touchdown or bust, and unfortunately for them, it turned out to be bust.
Yeah, they're feeling like they've got to force the issue here and maybe take some chances they wouldn't have earlier in the game. But give credit to this defense. They've really stood tall throughout, and they come up with the interception in the end zone.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And a fumble last time. Ball security. Talk about it all the time in the National Football League. They've got to be better at it on this drive.
Don't you think that when every team gets together for the first time, I don't care if it's OTAs, mini camps, first day of camp in the regular season, ball security comes up about, what, the second sentence of the coach's address?
And there's so many drills focus on that.
All the time, and they do drills to make it even tougher to simulate game situations. Doesn't always work out, though.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Dotson in motion right. They'll get it forward to him on the touch pass. And he is into the end zone for Commanders touchdown. Jahan Dotson with a second touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Commanders are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. So that's going to be a nice one for the passing stats, so that's how it will go down in the stat sheet. But the success of that play, no doubt, all thanks to the talents of the wideout.
Oh, he was definitely the recipient of good blocking as well, especially at the line of scrimmage. And once he got around the corner, you got the sense that no one was going to get him. Really nice ball handling, too, in order to get it to him.
Extra point by Sly is up and good, and it's now 21-0.
Joey Sly to kick off for the Commanders.
Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Bears take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Here we go.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Well, thanks for joining us here on a Thursday night in the NFL. 3rd quarter, 2nd and 10 coming up. Now it's Fields. And his throw here is incomplete.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. 1 incompletion, 2 incompletion. They're going for more.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Fields. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked by Kendall Fuller. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. Boy, Charles, that is now 3 interceptions in 3 consecutive drives, and you can see he's just got a look of disgust and bad body language, understandably, as he walks off the field.
And I think it comes from the fact that he's not sure what he sees down the field, Brandon. I don't know if he's seeing ghosts. I don't know if he just can't read defenses. I'm not sure what it is, but that's why he's frustrated. And think about the defense right now. Every time they run on the field, they've gone from hoping to intercept a pass to expecting to intercept passes. Their confidence at an all-time high right now.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second-half blowout material.
Hey, check. Go.
Straight ahead, it's Robinson. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. 120 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night. Now a timeout called for by the defense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. Dotson in motion right. Robinson with another carry. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
From the 21, here's 2nd and 6. Brissett going to move him around here. That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit. The 2nd down play results in a loss of 2 yards. 3rd down and 13.
3rd down and 13.
To throw, Brissett. And that is incomplete. But the pressure there on 3rd down, forcing the errant pass. 4th down coming up.
Coverage was awfully tight there on 3rd down. They actually closed off all the passing lanes, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
A 45-yard attempt.
Sly able to put this one through. And the route is on. It's 24-0. So little by little, the better of these two sides starting to become more and more apparent.
3 points is not a knockout blow in the 3rd quarter, but when the other guys haven't shown they can do anything, they don't have any points, this is looking pretty good. Maybe not a knockout blow, but a good stiff jab, that's for sure.
And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Bears take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the score.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked by Kendall Fuller. And the Commanders are going to get the football back as time will run out in this third quarter of play. 1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Lefty, lefty, lefty. Go.
Robinson up the middle. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Dotson in motion right. Oh, here's a fake on the jet sweep and a give to Robinson. And he'll be taken down at the 34. They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run.
Touchdown, Washington! Brian Robinson Jr., 34 yards. And the Commanders look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this fourth quarter. So definitely a good day's work throwing the football. Very good day's work. A 4th touchdown pass as they're really pouring it on.
Yeah, and so much for going into clock mode after getting that touchdown, right? Because you would think with the lead, fourth quarter, they might actually do that. No chance. They've kept attacking and got another touchdown pass as a result.
Extra point by Sly is up and good. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. No run back here for Jones. A touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. This one certainly has not gone according to script. You would have thought on paper that this offense would have its way here, but they certainly have not, and they trail big. After this, it figures to be a quiet trip home. And they're going to speed things up here. Shotgun and then a handoff to Davis Price. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Davis Price once more. And this one not going anywhere. They get him at the 44 for a gain of just a yard. 3rd down now. Those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out.
Let's go.
4th down. Fields has to have this one. Rolling to his left. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down for a nice little gain. The Bears tried it on 4th down, unable to convert. And it'll be a turnover on downs. A good starting spot for Washington as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. On the give, here's Robinson. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. Michael Walker there to bring him down. That time they're able to bottle him up, but he's having a really nice game.
I agree with that. Let's just go big picture, right? Every back that's in the Hall of Fame had carries where they didn't gain yardage or they lost yardage, but you stick with them, don't you? When they're having a good game, keep feeding them.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Go.
Handoff now to Robinson. That's a gain of 4 as we slip inside of 4 minutes left in regulation.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and 6.
Hey, kill. Go.
On 3rd down, Robinson. And he won't quite make it. He needed 6. He got about 5. 4th down. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it. Get the first down. Close it out.
A 58-yard attempt.
And I tell you what, he got it from 58. That had lots of leg behind it, and that will extend their lead even further. Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
At their own 25-yard line.
Here we go, son.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the 4th quarter. This would be their 3rd straight defeat. And they work this well upfield across the 45. On 1st down, it's Fields. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Jamin Davis. And what a return as he brings this all the way back down to the 20-yard line. Well, they've got the huge lead. Now they have another interception on the defensive side. Seems like everything they touch in this one, Charles, turns to gold.
And they have to be awfully happy right there to get what appears to be one more for the road and help seal away one of their best efforts of the season.
Right there. Go.
Now a first carry for their fullback. And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19.
That's someone who's pretty happy right there. That's the defensive coordinator. Body after body getting to it before he can get started.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Washington with the football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 2nd down now as they look to salt this one away.
Go.
On the run, it's Robinson. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4.
Not a ton of room available on that one, but he made use of what space was available and gained decent yardage.
This now a 3rd and 4.
Middle. Go.
Robinson will try to pick it up. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Now the Bears going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
On for the Commander field goal. A 31-yard attempt.
Sly able to put this one through, and that will extend their lead even further. But they come through with 3 after forcing the turnover. But CD's second half, you're starting inside the red zone. Obviously, they would have liked 6 out of that.
Absolutely, because that's all you're thinking is how do you get it into the end zone? You want the field goal to be the last resort. In this case, they gave it a great try, but did have to settle for 3.
The Bears take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here we go.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. It's been a tough go for them. It's still without any points here in the fourth quarter. And a big deficit, Charles, but they moved the football on some drives. They just haven't had any points.
Yeah, and I know in their minds they're thinking the game plan has actually been working. We just haven't scored points. Well, isn't that the bottom line, partner? To put points on the board? So if you're moving it and you're not scoring, is it really working? Right now, they've got nothing left to lose. They might as well go for broke.
Here we go, Sly.
Now a first down throw, Fields. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Back to the air, Fields on second down. And this one is incomplete.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
So now 3rd and 10, a big play to start the drive, but nothing since. And my goodness, another interception. And the Commanders are going to take over at their own 41. The D can only stop it one more time as they take the knee.
Set.
The D can only stop it one more time as they take the knee. So it's Washington getting the victory here. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one, and that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there the entire time. So when you do that and you're out there fresh playing, off a little extra spring in your step, and it showed up in this one.
They had a ton of spring in their step. Impressive victory. So for the Commanders, they move a step closer to 500 as their record improves to 2-3. And they'll get the weekend off now as they get a little extra time to prepare to face the Atlanta.
Whole club selling out of hitter doing stadiums. Gold diggers don't come around, they don't survive my radius. I keep it too real for real, and that's that made me rich. That's what made me rich. Hustling, that's what made me rich. Yeah, whole club selling out of hitters doing stadiums. Small business don't come around, they don't survive my radius. All I talk about it, that's what really made me rich. Hustling, that's what made me rich. That's what made me rich. The whole club, my client wait too white to be shooting in the eyes. I'm sleeping good at night, see the door don't got no locks. To be spiteful, she best friends with the ops. And you need better stop. Standing on my money, dog. Please don't get the involved. Ain't nobody running off. Rules to the basics. I can't be no son-in-law. I can't take the summer off. I make it look good and all, but this is no vacation. All the goons, they respect me and I know it. Watch your words and your tone, you not a poet. My advice, please don't try to be heroic. Let me know they whole club selling out of here to doing stadiums. Gold diggers don't come around, they don't survive my radius. I keep it too real for real, and that's what made me rich. That's what made me rich. Hustling, that's what made me rich. Yeah, whole club selling out of here to doing stadiums. Small business don't come around, they don't survive my radius. All I talk about, and that's what really made me rich. Hustling, that's what made me rich. That's what made me rich. I never had a mentor. Scarface. I met her at a club. She twerk better when her heart breaks. Hey, hood, wanna everything they like. I'm praying for a Bentley and to never go to jail. I'm fresh up out the gutter, I don't know if you can tell. I'm hustling for everything I do for legacy. You can call me any type of day, my dog, I never sleep. The only rule I got is if we don't embarrass me. I write down my problems, then record it just for therapy. Just for clarity. Whole club selling out of here to doing stadiums. Gold diggers don't come around, they don't survive my radius. I keep it too real for real, and that's what made me rich. That's what made me rich. Hustling, that's what made me rich. Yeah, whole club selling out of here to doing stadiums. Small business don't come around, they don't survive my radius. All I talk about, and that's what really made me rich. Hustling, that's what made me rich. That's what made me rich. The whole club.
To the daylight, telling them all that yesterday's price is not the same price. Eating up what's for breakfast, I can tell you what it tastes like. Wake up and I see red and I still don't got no brake lights. Yeah, feeling super fly. I look in the mirror, see ambition in my eyes. Got more than one formula, they love the way I drive. Yeah, I've been apprised, there's no need to be surprised. Baby, I'm a go-getter, go-getter. Yeah, you better go figure, go figure. Baby, I'm a go-getter, go-getter. Yeah, you better go figure, go figure. Try and get a big stack in my bag. Boy, you know I'm getting to it, it's like that. Try and get a big stack in my bag. Yeah, you know I'm getting to it, it's like that, like that. Hey. Never feeling the pressure, please not at all. I walk in when it's crunch time, leaves in the fall. Woman on me, only hit my name on a roll call. It's like there is no ground beneath my feet, I got no flaws. Still humble, but just don't get it confused. You know who I am, there's no need to introduce. I am one of one, they can't stand it, but it's true. Sicker than the average, ain't no challenge that's immune. Baby, I'm a go-getter, go-getter. Yeah, you better go figure, go figure.